want to share important things to remember while here on the Camarosa set. First and foremost, have fun. Make some noise. Clap y'all hands, and if you feel like it, you can even stomp your feet. To answer your question, yes, it's perfectly fine to get as many behind-the-scenes photos as possible. Just remember that there is absolutely no recording during the show. Take tons of pictures, but remember to include the Sassandra Show logos. We would love to share your photos on our social media. With that being said, please take out your phones, head over to Instagram, and follow us on the Sassandra Show for exclusive content. Oh yeah, don't forget to tag us and use hashtag the Sassandra Show and hashtag AFROTV. Now, on to serious business. Silence your cell phones to avoid interruptions during the show. There is absolutely no eating on set, unless there is a guest chef, of course. You will hear 3 phrases:
quiet on set, cut, and action.
And
quiet
action.
on set is a phrase to let you know to get ready to clap your hands and make some noise. Action is a phrase to let you know it's now time for you to make
that noise.
And cut is a phrase to let you know the current segment is officially over, or that we may just have to do it again. Oh my God! Welcome to the wonderful world of TV, y'all. Thanks again for joining us. It's time for the show.
Let's do this. All right, 48 seconds. Thank you so much, Father, for the week. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for the holiday, the time away. We're so grateful to you and thankful to you always, not just on the holiday. And it's in Jesus' name we give thanks. Amen. Yeah. Monday. I have to rap first. 15. Oh, no. What's up, everybody? Happy holidays. You know what to do. It's time to start the Sassandra Show!
Sassandra Show, my TSS tribe. Listen, y'all make some noise for yourself for making it to a brand new, amazing week. Yes, give it up. And while doing so, go ahead and make some noise for my band, your band, for the culture. On drums, y'all, give it up for the one and only John Park. On guitar, stuff by Big Luke. Our music director on keys, Mr. Chris Bass, y'all. They are known as For the Culture. Right here, fellas. Ooh. Yes, listen. We've officially stepped into the Christmas season.
Yes,
hello, guys.
Jingle bells.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy
Yes,
holidays.
I love it.
Yeah.
So it's a time of joy, reflection, and connection. Yeah. It's a season that invites us to slow down, appreciate the little things, and be present with the ones we love. But more than that, Christmas brings a chance to reset our hearts and minds, to remember that the light we give is what we receive in return. It's easy to get lost in the busyness, but this season is about finding peace amidst the chaos, spreading kindness, and embracing the true spirit of giving. Yeah. So with that, I need y'all to get all comfy.
Yeah.
Grab some coquitos.
Yeah.
And let's get this show. Let's get it started. Let's get it started. know what time it is.
What time is it?
It is not offering time, darling. It's time to put those pinkies up. We're serving it hot. Oh, and the first sip is here for you. All right, so let's just jump right into this.
Yeah.
Trump's Project 2025. Now it has a name.
I was
It's
about to
Trump's.
say, it was his now, huh?
So reaching back to the past, white privilege at the forefront, y'all. Trump's cabinet picks are already raising eyebrows, and now a 2017 clip is resurfacing to stir the pot even more. This clip from the American Race series has folks heated as it talks about the decline of white social dominance.
China.
Yeah, they really said that. The speaker's out here crying about how white people are losing control and diversity is the enemy. And now President-elect Trump is aligning with these very same folks allegedly behind Project 2025. So while Trump's claiming to care about American values, it's starting to look like he's putting together a cabinet that's all about doubling down on that white power talk. Make no mistake, this is about to get real ugly real fast.
Huh.
Is that not crazy?
I think he called me racist.
Woo!
Yes.
Yes.
It's going down.
It's going down.
Like it or not, it's
and it
going
ain't
down.
in the DMs.
Nah, it's going down.
Oh my goodness. I mean, I'm not surprised at the things that we read these days, but I'm also surprised at the things that we read these
Say
days.
it again.
Right?
Yes.
Like, say you don't like me, but say you don't like me. Let's move on, y'all.
Come on.
I'm so confused with all of this. I just don't know where the hate comes from, and it baffles me as a human being, like just loving everyone.
Yep.
So you all saw what happened to me in the park the day I was walking, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So this was interesting. Someone said that I staged it. And I genuinely,
I read that.
did you read that?
Stay out the
I
comments.
genuinely was out there in the park looking for a place for my son to play basketball. And I'm seeing this guy walking towards me, and I just say hi. And honey, it was like, oh, DEI is over. Da 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 da. And someone said you staged it. And it's like, what is the world coming to where anything that we do is like, oh no, the Democrats are trying to do this, or the Republicans are doing this. Guys, at the end of the day, we are human. And let's remember that, regardless of our disagreements, remember that we're supposed to love each other. And this is the perfect month to talk about love and togetherness. December, right? Okay,
Right.
so let's move on because President-elect Trump is still in the news. He threatens all hell over hostages. Y'all, is this the Wild West or what? I mean, he's back at it. President-elect got words for Hamas after the whole hostage crisis in Gaza. He's telling them to release the hostages before January 20th or else. Oh, and when I say or else, I mean all hell to pay. He's promising a response so harsh, it'll make the history books.
Smoke.
I don't think they want that smoke because I think he's really planning on bringing it hard. So
Yeah.
Biden is scrambling to get a ceasefire. Trump's over here cranking the heat up like a reality TV villain.
Yep.
And we're just all sitting here in awe. It's big talk, but we all know Trump loves to drop bombshells, right? Let's see what kind of hell he's planning if those hostages aren't home by inauguration day. And we do want them home.
Anyway.
We do want them
Nonetheless,
home.
yeah.
All right? Woo! So let's go on to this next story, y'all. So Drake thought he was going to silence Kendrick Lamar with his lawsuit, right? Nah, fam. That's the Streisand effect in full swing. Since Drake's legal drama with Universal Music Group hit the headlines, Kendrick's song Not Like Us has
No.
shot up in streams
No.
like a 440% increase. No matter what this man does, this song is not going away. Mustard!
Oh, sis, I hear you.
Don't y'all play with me! So listen, people are now running to hear what all the fuss is about. And guess what? Drake's giving Kendrick free promo.
Yeah.
I mean, he was already a problem for Drake with those lyrics, but now Kendrick got even more people bumping his track. Oh, And Drake's over here crying defamation. But the only thing getting hurt is his ego.
Sheesh, we're going to hear about this all Super Bowl long, boy.
It's
not even here yet.
It's crazy between Lil Wayne and Drake and Kendrick Lamar. Like, woo, this has been intense.
Yeah, Kendrick did something right.
He did something right because he's just getting hotter and hotter by the second. And the record label basically said that the people are wanting the song. It's not what they did. It's just that people love the song.
It's the perfect storm because it's also regional.
Yes.
K-Dot got the whole West Coast on his back. And so they can isolate themselves and say they're not like us. Like we can, oh my God.
It's so many ways to interpret it, right?
Yes.
Woo, mustard.
This is perfect.
All right, so speaking of Drake, you know Charlemagne loves a good roast. And this time, Drake's the one on the chopping block. He's been on the chopping block. So after Drake's lawsuit against Universal Music Group backfired, bringing Kendrick Lamar's track even more attention, Charlemagne wasn't having it. He called Drake the donkey of the day.
Probably for the first time.
Woo! And actually made a comment once, "Not like us" dropped. He stated that Drake would probably sue. And look, months later, he sued. It's a lesson in don't shoot yourself in the foot 101. I said, don't shoot yourself in the foot 101. And Charlemagne's here for every single minute of it.
Oh my gosh.
This is crazy.
Somebody in our control room loves Drake. I wonder how they dealing with all this right now.
I don't know. I wonder how our producer is doing. She is definitely a big Drake fan. So
Somebody in my ear saying, next.
She just told us to move on. Next. All right. So Hunter Biden gets a get out of jail free card. But is it fair game?
No.
Yes.
Whatever. I think so. So here's what some people call a hot mess for you. President Biden just pardoned his son, Hunter, ahead of his exit from the White House. Now, we know Hunter was facing some serious charges, but Pops is like, yeah, he's been treated unfairly because he's my son. Look, I get it. Nobody wants to see their kid go down like that. Whoo, but did Hunter just get that real pass?
He did.
And I'm so happy that he did it. I mean, I'm sure there are folks out here shaking their heads thinking, is this justice or just family favoritism? Either way, Hunter got some breathing room now, and the rest of us, well, we're just watching it all unfold. And even though President Biden said he was not going to pardon his son, at the end of all this, he said that he had to do it because he was targeted simply because he was his son. If your daddy had all the power to get you out of jail, would you want your dad to leave you in jail?
Yes, sir. Get me out.
Get you out.
Get me out.
No, he said, yes, sir, get me out.
Okay. I don't
Because
think that's
there's
the
no
question.
way my dad is going to have all that power. He can do anything in the world, and then he goes out of office and leaves me in prison?
No,
Come
that's not my
on.
dad.
What did you do to get in prison?
No, whatever he did to
whatever
get
he
in prison,
did.
that's what presidents are for. They're there to pardon people. Listen, we have a president that had 34 felonies
Thank you.
that's coming in the office.
So let him
they
go
have
pardon
gotten
himself.
rid of all of those charges, if I'm not mistaken.
When
When he
So-
get in there and pardon himself, y'all gonna be mad. He gonna be mad.
Listen, you cannot pardon yourself, but what
pardon
we can
myself.
do is take a
Yes,
short
you
break
can.
and we'll be right back. Don't y'all go nowhere. Hunter has been pardoned. welcome back to the Cassandra Show. Our next guest is a true example of strength, faith, and resilience. Dr. Jasmine lost both of his parents to COVID-19 in a heartbreaking and very personal way. But through his grief, he's found a powerful voice to help others navigate these uncertain times. From his mother's unwavering belief in restoration to his own journey of healing, Dr. Jasmine is here today to share his incredible story and the lessons he's learned. Please join me in welcoming him to the couch. Come on out, Dr. Jasmine! Woo! Yes! First of all, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. I love those tips on politics. That was pretty nice.
Oh, well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. We appreciate you joining us to tell your story. So, Dr. Jasmine, you've been through so much with losing both your parents to COVID within hours of each other. How has that experience changed the way you think about the virus and as we head into another possible surge?
Well, it has changed my life forever. So
Yes.
your life is not the same. Holidays are not the same.
Right.
Birthdays, so it's just a different life that
Yes.
to have to accept what God have allowed.
Yes, it is.
And just in the COVID-19 academic pandemic ideas, we just have to just live better, eat better, and be conscious of what is going on in the world in regards to health
It's
and
so
wellness.
true. Well, first of all, I'm so sorry that you lost your parents. That is very, very heavy. I lost my aunt and uncle within hours of each other
Wow.
during the pandemic as well. So I sit here and I totally empathize with you and everything that you've gone through. So your mom's faith and strength really seemed to stick with you, especially her belief in restoration. How do you think her memory can inspire others to take extra precautions this fall?
Well, I believe that mothers who are watching, you have kids, you birthed them, you carried them 9 months.
Yes.
You can control the destiny of your children by putting things in place spiritually while they're yet in the womb. I know my mother's prayers. I'm the youngest of 3 boys.
Oh, that's
and
amazing.
she said, make this one different.
Yes.
And God did.
I did that.
And we were able to become a fortified team between my mother and father.
That's amazing.
Yes.
That's amazing. Our parents' prayers, our mother's prayers.
Yes.
So I love how you shared your parents' love story from their divorce to remarriage. It's such a powerful example of faith and resilience. How does that story tie into the message you're trying to get across to people who may be hesitant to take COVID seriously?
Well, one, we have to have our souls intact.
Yes.
We don't know how life is going to take us. It could be a pandemic, it could be an accident.
True.
So I think the element of forgiveness, my mother had to acquire forgiveness because my dad cheated on her and married another woman.
Oh, wow.
But my mother prayed a prayer that make me different. So I was able to reconcile, marry, and put them in place.
It's
And
amazing.
yes.
That
So-
made me cry. Stop it. I love true love stories, beautiful love stories like this. So we all know that fall and winter bring more respiratory illnesses. What advice do you have for people to stay safe, especially when it comes to protecting their older loved ones? We know from the pandemic that the elderly were impacted more from the pandemic than anything else. What advice would you give?
I would give advice. The basics would be mask up if you can. If you travel, fly places, mask up. Just
Yes.
certain precautionaries. Churches should protect their elderly, inform
Yes.
informationally, and even give health tips to your congregants of those that you serve,
Yes.
so they'll know how to build that immune system to make it work during these times.
Yes.
Right.
Do you think we're better prepared for any surge that may come through than we were before in 2020?
I think that we are better prepared
We are
on
better.
that side. Now, the uncertainties of government, that would be more of a concern than
That's the
the
hard
pandemic.
part.
But on the side of health, I think we're becoming more healthy. Gyms are being filled more.
Yes, we're
People
more
did things
intentional.
differently during the
Yes.
Thanksgiving holidays. So,
Yes.
so
Yes.
it is a different day. I think we are wise enough. I think we will be okay.
Oh, I love that. That's good to hear. So losing both your parents during such a hard time, it must have been a lot to handle. How did that affect your approach to things like health, family, and your faith? Let's bring it all together now.
Well, faith is you have to accept what God have allowed. Family.
Ain't always easy
always-
to accept what he's allowed, but yes, it's
the,
true.
The truth behind, I guess, the mysteries would be your parents of great faith.
Yes.
So I know that they are. I think of them living in these times. Not to be selfish, but it would be such challenges for them.
Yes.
During these times and
Yes.
days. So you kind of accept what they wanted because they had a say in it.
Yes.
When you're in faith, so I accept that. In regards to family, the family unit have changed due to the pillars are gone.
Yes.
And when the pillars are gone, then your brother that was your brother may not look at you the same because the pillars are gone.
I understand.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
true. It's so true. So, Dr. Jasmine, you've talked about the importance of family and letting go of any grudges. And you just said your brother, your whomever may not look at you the same. What advice would you give to people who might be having a tough time with their family, especially with everything going on in the world and the holidays are upon us?
Right. Well, health is connected to wealth, and I believe that if you monitor your heart with unforgiveness is like cancer.
Yes.
If you don't measure it, then it can build, and you look at everyone with a negative view, and you are now fighting the world, and the world is not against you. You miss out on those who've been assigned to you. As it would say, just keep that energy clean and do something different from what you would normally do.
Keep the energy clean and do something that you wouldn't normally do. I love that. So with COVID cases creeping up again, the data that we're reading, the numbers are rising. What do you think needs to happen in our communities to make sure we're really looking out for our seniors who are at the most risk?
I would, again, encourage health tips to our elderly, those who are in assisted living facilities, and
Yes.
those in our congregations, and those that we serve hospitals, and just know how to make that work. I'm not big on medication. I believe in organic
I feel you.
foods. I believe in doing the way the generations past would plant things and herbs.
The earth?
So you can't go wrong with what God has put in place. So I would encourage slowly. We know we move slow. Our communities move very slow, but I believe with yourself having this platform and others, we can save not everybody, but some. And I think
Yes.
knowledge is power.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
It is so important to know. It is because of the lack of knowledge that we perish.
Right.
It is so true. So you wrote a book, Beauty for the Ashes, all about tough conversations, isolation, and forgiveness. How do those themes tie into the message you're sharing about resilience and staying safe as we head into a possible surge during the holiday season?
Well, one, we want to dismiss fear. Fear,
Yes.
people get afraid and they do reactive, then
Be
proactive.
not afraid. Yes, it's so true.
Panic mode, the news
Yes.
make you panic. And
Yes.
you think the world is going to end. During the pandemic, we thought the world was ending, and death was
We
like
really
a
did.
normalcy. It was normal to immunity. You know, I've become immune to death. Because that's what's the closest I had was my parents. So now you give sympathy, but you still, there's no expiration on grief. You have to weather that process.
It's so true.
Yeah, the Bible says Jesus was acquainted with grief. He was a man of sorrow, so he was well acquainted with those sympathetic or empathy and being sympathetic toward people of that sort. So I would just encourage people just to stay safe, positive, and just monitor what goes in and goes out, your inner spirit, because we're spiritual beings. We have to know what's good and what's bad for us because we don't know what could happen.
That is so
Uncertainties.
true, and that is so powerful advice, such powerful advice for you to share. I'd love to ask you, as I ask many of my guests, what would you say to the younger you?
What would I say to the younger me?
Yes.
enjoy life, be free to be yourself, just be magnetically, I do mentor a lot of people, both young and old, just be free, continue to be free.
Be free.
Yeah, be free. And
how are you free in a world like we're living in today?
That's a good question. I think freedom is navigation. You got to know where your fit is and where your fit isn't.
Ooh, get in where you fit in?
Yeah. Sort of.
Kind of,
Get
sort
out.
of.
It's kind of maneuver a little bit when you know you're not really wanted. And I'm a black man, so I'm
Yes.
from the South, so we
Yes.
face a lot of racism.
Yes.
And you have to not run from it, but just confront it when need be and just maneuver around it and just be free.
And be free.
Yeah.
I love it.
Unapologetic. Just
Unapologetically free. Dr. Jasmine, thank you so much
you
for
so much.
spending time with us. To all of our viewers, thank you all so much for joining us. The holidays have begun, and we are here to celebrate with you. Until next time, God bless you, and we'll see you right back here on The Sisandra Show. For the culture.
We out of here. Thank you so much for coming by. All right, y'all at home, just scan that QR code at the bottom of your screen. Because we have got so much more exclusive content for you right here, only on The Sisandra Show. We want to thank you so much for spending the holidays with us on the beautiful Camerosa set and hanging with our amazing guests. So until next time you stop by, we'll be right here waiting for you, only on The Sisandra Show.